What's up, everybody? Tim from Tierfon Orbital. Are you ready to let the blood of your enemies run clean through your blade? I don't know where I was going with that. So the Ancient Armory Zweilander coming up. Doesn't even fit in frame. Yeah, it does. What's up, everybody? Tim from Tierfon Orbital. This is the Zweilander hilt from Ancient Armory. As with all my videos, this is going to serve as a walkthrough / build video or demo. So I'll talk about the chassis and we'll do a quick demo for the client. But with that out of the way, let's talk about it, right? So this is, as I said, this Zweilander from Ancient Armory. Ancient Armory ships this stock, unweathered, no wrap. I will say that they ship this chromed out. I mean, it is chromed. It's nickel-plated chrome on top of aluminum. The client wanted this particular hilt weathered, and I will have to say, knocking back that chrome proved to be quite the challenge. I don't believe there is a chemical process to remove chrome. You might be able to remove it with, a significant amount of lye. The problem with using lye, heavy lye, and I'm not talking just easy off, I'm talking like straight lye solution. The problem you can run into with that is if you leave your parts in lye for too long, it will start etching the aluminum, and then it will start eating away at the aluminum. So you can risk, damaging your aluminum, damaging the structural integrity of the aluminum. So rather than just go through hand sanding this thing, and there are parts of this top here and the pommel that I wouldn't be able to get into with some sandpaper or sanding sticks. It would take ages. So I just went ahead and sandblasted this, or media blasted it. Luckily, everything is modular, so I was able to remove the pommel, remove the grips, remove the top pieces, have them sandblasted, and be done with it, right? So sandblasted the chrome off, then went on top of it with a layer of aluminum black and just, knocked that back a little bit as well, just to give it that used look, right? The hilt does not, as I said, does not come with a leather wrap. This is a black leather wrap that was done by me. Listen, I am no wrappist. I'm no wrapper. I don't work with leather a lot. In fact, I don't work with leather at all. I've done a few hilts that was where the client requested a different grip. And I feel like I've gotten my technique down pat pretty well with just the basic wrap. And I bevel the edges and all that good stuff. So I'm happy with it. I'm proud of my wrapping job. Maybe the next step is to do like a braid or a weave of some sort. But who knows? I just built lightsabers. I don't work with leather. So, but I am happy with the wrap. So leather wrap, single button setup. On the outside here, we've got a steel single button momentary switch. There's a bevel around the switch itself with some writing, some Viking etching or embossing around that switch holder. The hole that Ancient Armory ships with is significant. Just like the hilt itself, this hole was huge. So in order to add a smaller switch, I did have to create a switch bevel in Fusion and printed that in high-strength Surya resin. And that's it. So let's talk about the inside. Well, let's talk about the chassis first. So here's my chassis design for this particular hilt. Did this in Fusion as I usually do. Here's that giant hole to allow for placement of the switch. Switch goes through this hole, and the chassis itself is secured with a set screw on the top of the grip. Kill key, battery compartment. Proffie sits here in this tray. I've got some Viking letters and some Elvish around the back here. The client had a custom Viking-inspired logo that they wanted on the chassis. So I was able to get that from them, create a PNG, then create an SVG and emboss it on the chassis. I will say, you know, with the Elegoo Mars series of printers, specifically the Mars 2 Pro, you can really get that fidelity in your resin prints. And it comes out in the final product, which I really like about my printers. Speaker compartment is here. What I ended up doing was making this modular, so there's another piece that the speaker sits in, and that was just secured in place here. I just basically glued it. So there's a 24mm speaker that is in it's also its own chassis that glues to the end of this, and I'll show you that right now actually. So the grip unscrews. This thing is so big. So here's that speaker holder that I was talking about that glues to the rest of the chassis. 24mm speaker from the Saber Merchant, sounds great. We've got your Proffie V2 on the bottom here. So what I ended up doing with the Proffie is putting some Captain tape over it. This is a tight build. It comes danger close to the inside of the grip, so just to protect everything and make sure we're doing industry standard kind of stuff. If it's close to metal, I put Captain tape on it just to protect it from arcing or making any kind of shorts or anything like that. So Proffie sits there. If you need to get at the Proffie, you can just flip it up a little bit and get at the SD card and get at the USB slot. Here's your kill switch and your battery tray. Let's talk about battery placement. Spring side is your negative. 99% of builds where you see a spring, that's your negative, unless there's some kind of circumstance where, actually I cannot think of any circumstance where a negative contact like this would be your positive, okay? There's another type of battery contact where you could make that your positive if need be, but whenever you see a spring like this, that's your negative. Negative side of the battery, flat side of the battery, is going to go on your negative contact. Okay, and in this case, that is towards the speaker. So you pop your battery in, nice and easy. Okay, and that's my battery disclaimer for this video. Pop your battery in, make sure your kill switch is turned on. You want to slide your grip on. So, as you can see, I've got the Thor, I think that's a Thor sound font. I tried to do, you know, I don't have an extensive library of like Viking, you know, or like Lord of the Rings fonts, so I just put some weird out-of-universe fonts on here. Let's put a blade in it. See if I can keep it in frame. So what I do like about this hilt, I thought this is a cool little touch. So these unscrew and also serve as your blade retention, which I thought's a pretty nifty touch, right? So you pop your blade in, tighten those guys up. And away you go. Good Lord. And there we have it. Flashes all work. So this is, Jesus. This is a single button FET prop config is set up on this. So to change your font while it's off, it's like a short press. It's a Jurassic Park font I put on here. Yeah, there's just a bunch of different stuff, right? Jesus, good Lord. So there she is, right? The Zweilander from Ancient Armory. This is the first time I've done a hilt install such as this. It is a beast, however, I do dig it. And yeah, I think that's all we got from me. I hope this was helpful to both the client and the viewer. As I always say, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below or reach out to me on any of the socials. If anyone has, you know, any critiques or constructive criticism, I always appreciate that as well. Excuse me. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. May the force be with you always.